Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel update for the very end of August, by the time it goes up. My name is Killjoy, and today I just want to talk about the state of the channel. Now, I don't want to make this a doom and gloom video, so please don't think it's that, but I do want to talk about the channel in the last 6 months, and even recently, where it feels like the channel's just all over the place in terms of viewership. Now, I've just checked back to early sort of February, and going from February to now, looking at the amount of videos that I would consider successful. And now successful to me is 50 views, right? Anything over 50 views, or around 50 views, right? That's successful. That means that people, a good amount of people have been pushed it and they want to see it, or they've watched a bit of it, right? Other than that, you know, we're talking like a lot more videos, and only 7 of them have done well. And I'm fine with this, like that's not the end of the world. But recently I've been uploading a variety of stuff. I found that people wanted to watch Switch 2 content, or how do Switch 1 games run on Switch 2, you know, and but you know what I'm like, I like to mix it up. I don't want to just do one thing, I want to be a variety channel, which in itself causes some issues. But what I've noticed is that just people just aren't watching, just not that interested, and I don't really know how to fix it. Not without making some changes, or big changes, or figuring out like what I want to do and how do I make that interesting for people to watch. If you take what I've been doing recently, I did a couple of videos on the Vault Hunters coming up in Borderlands 4. The first one, nobody really watched it. It took about a week and a half to get around 4 views, and then the second one's about 14 views, which is obviously significantly better, which I'm fine with. But it seems like the only things that people were watching on my channel are really really random third-party Switch 2 ports. So Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit for Switch, how did that run on Switch 2? And then both Borderlands 3, how did that run on Switch 2, and Civ 7, how does that run on Switch 2 with mouse mode and all that sort of stuff. And again, absolutely fine, like I don't expect my videos to do amazingly well, it's a small channel. But it is making me go, something's not working. Something's not working that I think I might need to change. What that change is, I'm not really sure. The idea I'm floating around in my head at the moment is to take some time off YouTube, about 2 weeks, and spend that time getting content ready, and just going back to picking specific days to upload. So, you know, a Wednesday and a Friday, a Monday and a Wednesday, you know, stuff like that. I don't know yet. I'm still just kind of spitballing the idea, but I feel like something needs to change to make things, I don't know, a bit more just on the point. Everything feels a bit scattershot at the moment, just chucking videos up when I can, with the way that my real world job works and stuff like that. Because that's really the thing that gets in the way most of the time. It's just my job. Like, it's having the time to sit down and do that. And I get frustrated about it quite a lot. But, you know, what can you do, right? If this was making me money, I wouldn't be doing that. But, you know, ultimately, I think, for me personally, I actually think I should take some time off. Not lots of time off, because we're coming up into that September onwards. And there's still videos I want to put up. There's still stuff that I want to do. So I don't really want to take away from those uploads. But at the same time, I'm like, it's not really two weeks of me taking it off in the sense. It's more just there might be a couple of weeks where there's no videos because all that content's going to be backloaded and pre-uploaded for a good like 4 weeks. That's the plan. That's what I'm thinking. This might not come to fruition. This is just the idea I'm toying with at the moment. The one thing I would really appreciate, but I can't demand that people do this, is if you are somebody who does enjoy my content, please comment on this video saying what it is that you enjoy. I don't want to be giving the impression that I'm suddenly going to start doing content that people want. I still want to do the music stuff. I still want to do Opinion Machine, the co-op stuff, the retro stuff. It'll all happen when it happens, when time lines up. The good thing about coming out of English summer is that it's not so warm in this room when we record like Retro Reminisce or co-op gameplay. So it's a lot easier to do that in the winter. But I still don't really know what people like. I know there's some people on this channel who subscribe that like the retro stuff. I know there's people that like the Opinion Machines. You know, but nobody really says anything ever. Like, you know, like I look at the Hollow Knight video I did, was it last year? That's because of probably the new one coming out soon. That's gained traction again. That's a video that seems to have gone down pretty well. There's certain videos that keep ticking along really well. But even with Switch 2 stuff, which was I went in hard and I really wanted to try and make a point of that, it's difficult because sometimes it depends on what people are looking for. If I, for example, we're on as the day of recording this is the day before Kirby's Switch 2 port for Forgotten Land comes out with the expansion, I'll probably cover that. The problem is I'm not expecting to get a lot from it. You know, I want to cover Borderlands 4. These things, I'm doing it for myself. These are things that I want to talk about. These are things that I want to do. And I think people do enjoy that. But what I'm noticing is that, let's say I do a video on Borderlands, right? And that does really well. I'm obviously going to make other content in between there. I'm not going to stick at just doing that. So then some people might turn around and subscribe because I've done Borderlands, and then they're not interested in anything else. And that's absolutely fine. I get that. But there is definitely a lack of knowing what people actually would like to see in terms of, you know, what are they happy with what? Because a lot of the time, most of the people that watch my videos don't say anything, right? Which is, again, I'm just grateful that people want it. But I am kind of in the dark, and I'm going to continue to do the stuff that I want to do because that's what's important with YouTube. If you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? There are things that I want to cover. What you might see is no time off at all. It might just be that I decide not to do that and I just continue how things are going and just accept how they are, right? Like, there has been growth. It's not as fast as I'd like it. We hit over 400 this year, which I'm incredibly proud of. But we're not. My channel's very much in a weird place at the moment. It's not getting as much growth. It's not really growing at the moment. And I know it kind of comes in waves. You've got to just put out the right video for YouTube to pick it up and run with it. But I will say there's no rhyme or reason to YouTube most of the time. People might prefer short videos, long videos, 1 video a month, 5 videos a month, 1 video every day. They might want face cam, they might not want face cam, they might want commentary or not commentary. It's impossible to know other than personality driven. If you've got a personality and that helps with things, awesome, you know. Like, I find doing this a lot of fun. I try to be a positive force. Obviously I could do streaming, but I know that streaming, as much as I like doing that from time to time, it's not something I can consistently do, and it also doesn't really help the channel. Like, it's a good way of doing more Let's Play content, which I think is cool, but, you know, like, ultimately it's not going to help. It's not going to drive discussion. It's not going to drive things towards the channel. It's just an interesting place to be in, right? Like, I really want the channel to grow. I want it to continue, like, you know, every year I'd be happy with like 100 subs, because then we'd be getting closer and closer to that goal that I want to reach. You know, I'm not going to be ungrateful for what I've got, because I'm incredibly proud of the content that's on the channel, the amount of videos, the amount of people that have watched, commented, all this sort of stuff. Like, this isn't a dig at any of that. I'm not like coming here to like e-beg for anything. I'm just in a weird place right now where I just don't know what to do with the channel to continue that growth. Personally, I'll just keep doing the stuff that I want to do, and if people show up for it, great. If they don't, they don't. But I've done this in the past and I haven't really got a response, but I'm just going to say, like, look, if there are types of videos that you like that I do, just leave a comment on the video. Just tell me, so that I know. Like, I can't guarantee that I will just do that type of video, because it probably won't happen. But it's good to have in the back of my mind, what are people tuning in for? Is there a way for me to balance this content so that there's more regular of something, or more mix of something? I just don't know, and I'm going to continue to do what I think is best, you know, and go from there. Because again, like, I was looking at like some of the older Let's Play channels. I'm looking at some of the other YouTube channels around me, and I just think to myself, it's like, I don't think Let's Plays are necessarily the thing anymore, unless you really are a damn good personality and people tune in for you, and they're better for streaming, I think, than they are videos. And I'll still do that content, but it'll be few and far between. But I also think that's just not what I'm good at. Like, I'm much better at dissecting what I like and don't like about a video game, showing those things off, explaining my points of view on that. Discussion content's always going to be the thing that I gravitate towards, because I like having those conversations with other people, things like that. So, I just want to kind of give you guys this opportunity to understand where I am right now. You know, going into the last sort of the autumnal months and things like that. Like, I'm just not sure what to do with the channel at the moment, because it doesn't seem to matter too much what I put up. Some videos just people are watching, some they aren't. It feels like there's no rhyme or reason. So, yeah, that's just the sort of insight that's currently up here in the old noggin. and just to give you an update on where I am, and like I'm not going anywhere. The channel's not going anywhere. I might take a little bit of time off through the month of September, but other than that, it's just trying to figure out the channel, and if there's a redirect that I need to do, or double down on something, or I don't even know at the moment. You guys should see my back catalogue of Switch stuff that I want to try on Switch 2. It's insane, and a lot of those games are games I actually want to play, and I don't want to just like play it quickly, move on to something else. Like I've done that a lot with Switch 1 games before Switch 2 came out now, and now I'm looking at my library of games going, well, I actually want to play through this stuff, so some of this stuff's gonna have to change. Maybe I should do some videos on like some competitive multiplayer games. Like I kind of wanted to get back into Awesome Noughts. Still kind of waiting for the update to go back into the main thing on Steam. It's currently in like this beta condition at the moment, which is fine. I could potentially look at doing some Rocket League matches, though. I think that would probably be entertaining for some people, but maybe more frustrating. Who knows? I definitely there is that thought process of something competitive, but we shall see. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It all helps out wonderfully. I'm going to continue with Switch 2 content. I'm going to continue with PC content. There's a couple of games I want to look at now. I've got some controllers to review for Switch and Switch 2. I have plenty of things to do. It's just, do I go do it as a gradually long, or do I pile it all up and then put it out on a regular basis? We shall see. I'll figure that stuff out. But there you go. That's me, in my mind, talking to you guys about where I am at and where the channel's at, basically. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time.